everybody. Welcome to another episode of Politically Depressed. As always, I'm your host, Ayman McAdam. So today is less of an episode, but is a sort of prolonged announcement, because I'm thinking of making a few changes. I already have made some changes, and I wanted to just update all of you about what those changes are, and some, what do they call calls to action? Ways you can help me, ways that you can continue supporting this podcast in these changing whatever. First of all, hi, how are you? I hope you're doing all right. I know you're not, but I don't know what else to say. I feel like I always have to say I hope you're at least okay, at the very minimum. So, what are these changes? Basically, I have noticed that it is becoming a bit difficult for me to do these solo episodes of the podcast. And I've done these last 2 episodes with guest interviews, and I really like them. And I've heard from a lot of you that, you really like them too. If you have any comments on them, I would love to hear them. But that's something that I want to do more of and focus more on that in this podcast, audio format stuff. Especially because a lot of people I talk to don't want to do video stuff, so it ends up like it's just audio. But in general, I feel like I'm a bit tired of sitting alone, staring at the room and talking. What I found, talking basically feels like to nobody, but I know you're listening and whatever, but you know what I mean. I've noticed though, it's a little bit different with video. When I'm filming myself talking, I see myself, I see my face, I have hand gestures, I don't know. And I've generally enjoyed video editing more than audio editing. And then there's a lot more I can do and add clips and pictures and, again, facial expressions, which I do a lot of that you lose completely. I don't know how you imagine or whatever. Anyway, so another big thing I've decided to do is do more YouTube videos and focus more on my own YouTube channel at Politically Depressed. On there, I basically am doing, how I do these episodes where it's full-on analysis? A lot of the podcast is obviously me talking about politics and depression and mental health, you know what I mean? The lived experience of just experiencing these horrific times and these events, let's call them that. But then I have some of these episodes which is just pure political, economic, social analysis or theory or history or whatever. And yeah, I've been doing more of those types of things on YouTube. And so I'll say this a few times, but I would greatly appreciate if anybody listening, if you like this podcast, you like my work, I've given you some clarity or nourishment over the last year and a half through this podcast, please go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to it. And if you want to go the extra mile and really help me out, watch some of the videos, like them, leave long comments. If you want to be go even the next mile, open some of those videos, put it on mute in the background, just to help me with algorithm stuff. I know this sounds like inside trading, and it kind of is, but basically, I don't know. I'm starting kind of from scratch with that channel. I'm only at 300 subscribers, which is not nothing, but I, have a lot of energy and I want to do more. And another thing that I just want to be real is that part of the reason that I want to do more stuff on YouTube is, it just goes a bit further. There's a sort of wider reach potential. I've noticed with the podcasting that I sort of plateau, and you know what I mean? It's not like Spotify is pushing my stuff because I'm not some transphobic piece of shit guy with a microphone that's talking about crypto and Joe Rogan and, Elon Musk. But regardless, either way, I know YouTube is full of that shit too, but there's potential otherwise, regardless. So there's practical reasons, but also there's an enjoyment aspect. There's also a sustainability thing to it all. I'm really hoping that the more I do of this, the more engagement I get, the more people listen and watch, and hopefully I can make it actually more sustainable. But so yeah, those are my considerations. And I'm excited, honestly. It's a bit of a shift. But I feel like with the YouTube stuff, with the videos, there's just going to be more stuff and more capacity for me to do stuff and share my opinions and thoughts and analysis, share clips, or you know what I mean? Whenever I've talked about YouTube before, it's always been in reference to the FTP channel. And I did just release a video essay like a week or two ago on the Sudanese revolution. And I'll probably still do some of those like long form videos, but specifically on my channel, I will also be doing like a video every day or two, you know? I've been releasing a couple on Iran, on like the, Israeli aggression on Iran and now the war and whatever. But I'm also working now on a video essay on like Christian Zionism, because like Jesus fucking Christ. And then also I'm working on a video about like a reintroduction to Politically Depressed, because, as a kind of for those new listeners and viewers, but also it's a nice little exercise. Like, what am I doing here? Why do I think that politically depressed is like an interesting term? What do I read into it? How does that inform how I go about some of my stuff? So anyway, all that to say that I will be doing fewer episodes of this podcast, but I will be doing more videos on this podcast's YouTube channel at Paul_Depp, or if you just type in like at Politically Depressed, I think you'll find it instantly on YouTube. And yeah, the interviews will still be on here. I might make some of the videos I make, like I just download the audio and I put it up here, but it feels a bit weird because I'm not going to have like the introduction music, and I don't know. I don't know if people have any strong feelings or thoughts that they'd want to share about this, like as listeners. But for me, it feels like a more potentially sustainable approach. And again, yeah, it feels easier to do. And I just like video editing much more. So yeah, please go to my YouTube channel. It's going to be in the description below. Subscribe to my channel. Go on and like some of the videos, even if you haven't watched them. Leave long comments. You know the drill at this point. But most importantly, stay tuned. Not just subscribe to help me with the algorithm, but subscribe so that you can, get notifications when I release a new video, I mean. Because I anticipate I'm going to do quite a bit in the coming period, because I've got a lot of energy and a lot of spite that I want to channel into this work. So I think that's it for me today. Again, apologies, this isn't an episode, it's just like a long announcement. But yeah, here's looking to new things to come. And so yeah, I guess I will hopefully see you all on my YouTube. Bye for now.